What's up, you guys? It's PhiDX. So the Lord Knee has blessed us with a long VOD, well, not too long, a decent-sized VOD of him playing Noctis against SuperHwoarang in Ranked. Now, many players are usually pretty threatened by Hwoarang, but I want to show how Knee uses Noctis's kit to not only shut down Hwoarang in the neutral, but also just direct the pace of the entire match, right? So people generally regard Hwoarang as pretty strong, but the higher level you get, the more evident it becomes that you can actually control him in a lot of ways, and it's pretty hard for him to find openings and continue his offense without dying. So let me restart this VOD real quick, because a lot happens in the very beginning. The first you can see already Knee's intention is to play heavily into down back 1/1+2. And the main reason that is, he's mixing it up with the primary low down back 3. And the main reason he's doing that is because unlike 2-2 or forward 1+2, which are kind of the stronger mids, 2-2 has that mid extension that threatens you from pressing after. And forward 1+2 obviously is the homing safe counter hit launching mid. Unparryable because it's swords or daggers. So Knee is playing down back 1/1+2. And the main reason is because it leaves him at -5. The other two moves leave him at -9. And in this matchup, the primary threats you're kind of afraid of in the neutral game, which is that Skyrocket, that wasn't just frame, but Skyrocket and down 3-4. Those two options from Hwoarang are his primary, like, scary offense. It's why you would do anything in general. And Knee is showing us that with the ability to be -5 and sidewalk left, which is the counter to that mix-up, he is able to initiate offense whenever he wants without being afraid of the mix-up after. If he did 2-2 and was -9, he couldn't move. If he did forward 1+2 and was -9, he couldn't move. But here, he can play this mid-low offense very safely and not be afraid of Hwoarang's offense after. So Hwoarang is forced to guess constantly in the neutral game, outpace these giant moves, and then outplay him in the block situations too, which is really, really hard to do, especially against Knee. So let's keep watching how he does it here. He's playing a lot of down back 3 because we showed the down back 1/1+2s earlier. So you see that Knee is actually getting blown up by these Skyrockets. This is important because all he has to do is turn that into a block, and then he has frames again, and he can play the advantage. So now you see he's chilling a bit. Still seeing a lot of down back 3. Forward 1+2 gets eaten by the Skyrocket again. So all of this data is really important for him, because those openings you can be sure that he will try to adjust so that the Skyrockets in those situations will not happen again. Jab catches Hwoarang out of the running 3. That's really cool. Knee's combos are really funny, but that's not important here. He doesn't optimize necessarily because he has every character at Omega. He's interested in how the character operates in the neutral game and against different matchups. The combos are kind of secondary. Like, this is very functional for getting him to the wall, where Noctis is really strong. Single down forward 4. Back 2. And you're going to see a lot of that too, especially once Hwoarang starts being afraid of the lows. You'll see a lot more back 2. And then another key detail here is, look at how all the Skyrockets were hitting. This one he lets whiff. He doesn't try to go in and force an offense, right? He hits the back 2 and just hits the down 1 on block and then chills out, and then SuperHwoarang whiffs for him. So that's already the first immediate adaptation to stop eating all those Skyrockets, because that's where the main damage is coming from. Knee isn't taking that much damage outside of the Skyrocket in the combo. So if he can just turn that off, he's probably going to win. SuperHwoarang is throwing out more Skyrockets, but again, Knee is already in blocking mode, so it's not really hitting. There's another whiff. Not a big punish, but again, not a big deal. That's an interesting thing, is like when you watch other players play Noctis, they miss whiff punishes that they would otherwise hit. And I have this theory, along with German player Momodog, that Noctis kind of leads to brain decay, because you're playing him at so many ranges that it's easy to get complacent. He's throwing single down back 1, probably as a way to see if SuperHwoarang will retaliate. But as you can see, it didn't really turn into anything, so he starts doing down back 1/1+2 one more time. Looks like they're going to rematch on this stage over and over. It's rare to get these VODs from Knee, but I'm a big fan when they show up, because he will play the character in a very, very optimal way that's so hard to fight against. So, like, outside of that down forward 4, which looks like a missed Skyrocket, like, how is Hwoarang winning in neutral? He's doing the 1-2 jab, but you can see that Knee ducks it already right there. 1-2 jab is how he gets in. Knee's already ducking, looking for it. Parry off the right foot forward stance. Demo Man reading like a just stand block, sit still. Back 2 finally hits. Now we saw there was a lot of down back 3 in the last set, right? Or the last game. So these back 2s are going to start coming out a lot. And it actually gets kind of comical with how many he hits. See, playing a lot of down back 3. If Hwoarang decides to put in a low parry, he's risking eating a chunk of damage. 35 or 37 from back 2. So there's reason for him to not want to just duck. And Knee is abusing that by throwing out the down back 3s like, are you ready to duck yet? Are you ready to duck yet? Are you ready to duck yet? There's a low parry, but you'll notice that Knee isn't quite deterred from doing the down back 3. That's one low parry, right? Look how much health he's gotten off of the abuse of down back 3. You look at the health difference here. This is huge. So we don't need to really worry about that single low parry. Look, he throws another 2 down back 3s. Like, are you really going to low parry me again? Like, prove it to me. Like, let's really see. Down back 3. Oh, and here we go. The mental damage has added up and 3 back 2s in a row. That is so funny. And that's how somebody was asking in chat how CBM kind of does so well. Back 2 is an insane move. And there was a lot of debate in kind of the Noctis circle between EU and NA and other players about whether back 2 is good. Because Noctis's back 2 has a lot of coverage. Or sorry, does not have a lot of coverage. It's high damage, low risk. Because it's -9 on block. The EU players that played Noctis were a big fan of how much coverage you would get from using 2-2 to cover sidewalk right or sidestep right, and down back 1-1 plus 2 to cover left movement. Back 2 is a hard read on them ducking, but the reward is so much higher, right? The +6 is still there, but you don't get as much tracking options after because of the spacing it leaves you at. However, the damage is so big that, as you can see, it really destroys somebody for just forcing low blocks, especially when your down back 3s are adding up. And Knee demonstrates that perfectly, and CBM does as well. Now, Hwoarang won this round. Let's see what was happening there. So you can see that Hwoarang here moved right with his flamingo stance, and that gets around the down back 1. That's a crucial detail. Noctis's main mid pokes outside of 2-2 are all weak to sidestep right. So once SuperHwoarang starts implementing that, we have to see how Knee adapts. See how he pilots Noctis to cover that. Because that's kind of a crucial weakness, more like a window of opportunity. Is sidestep right block is really effective. Here, let's see what happened. Knee eats a combo. On the wake up situation, he gets up and hits up forward 1. I'm a fan of that play, not gonna lie. I am known for making that play a lot, and he eats a giant wall bounce for it. Combo puts him back to the wall. He tried a forward 1 again, and it traded. Okay, so now we know that Knee probably can't get away with as many up forward 1s as he was trying. And SuperHwoarang is answering the down back 1-1 plus 2 with these movements to the right. You see that Knee blocks the flamingo low. Again, another example of horrible risk reward for Hwoarang. Forward for Okazemi. Roll 1 beats side roll. Okay, so SuperHwoarang is playing like wave dash forward, right? Trying to get in and kind of force Noctis's action here. That was a crazy backflip. Double up forward 1. Up forward 1's only -4, and the pushback is crazy. So your opponent is either going to whiff if they swing right away, or they have to dash in to avoid whiffing, which makes the second up forward 1 so scary. Down back 3 again. Back to the usual suspects. Good duck on reaction to the whiff down 3-4. Back 2 into back 2 doesn't connect, and then he eats a counter hit down 4-4. Big whiff. This is huge. This is huge. You don't see this low a lot from Noctis. It's a lot weaker than down back 3, but it is on a slightly different timing. Like very, very slightly. Let me check the frame data real quick. Noctis down back 4. I have a frame bot in my Discord. Noctis down back 4 is 17 frames. So it's 1 frame slower than down back 3. So it's really a worse low in almost every way, except that it's harder to punish because it's -12 instead of -13. So Knee using this low isn't exactly amazing, but the interesting part after is the situation after he hits a down back 4, right? It's blocked. We get a medium punish, like a very weak punish here, honestly. Up forward 4 and up forward 1, and you'll see this pushback situation I was just talking about. Look at how far apart they are. One backdash made it whiff, but he did 2 just out of that's kind of like a habit most people will do. He did 2 backdashes, the down forward 4 whiffs, and he whiff punishes. That puts Hwoarang in a really shitty situation. Back two finally connects. All these down back threes, all these lows, it's not about killing them with that. It's about getting these opportunities with the ducks. Right? Down back three does just enough to annoy an opponent into acting, whether it means they're swinging or ducking. That's either a whiff punish, a counter hit, or if they're ducking, a back two. Jesus, look at this. This would look like something I would do. Low-key. Up forward one, interrupted, up forward one again. Oops. My bad, I'll just try again. And you'll see that SuperHwoarang did his sidestep right flamingo move because this counters the mid pokes, right? But for whatever reason, oh no, why this worked is because Noctis eats the jab, right? Noctis eats the jab, so he's like -8. So by the time the next up forward one comes out, it has realigned with that sidestep. And because SuperHwoarang swung, he gets counter hit. Decent combo. Throwing a bunch of down back ones. The demo man thinking that he's not going to swing right here. But SuperHwoarang did do a down 4-4. No refloat. But I'm expecting we're going to see... I have seen this before, but I don't remember a lot of it. Just back to the plan. Down back threes. Oh my goodness. Not even a whiff punish here. He's already got in his mind that the back twos have done so much damage. He's not going to worry about anything. He's just going to hit more down back threes. So even though this could have been a whiff punish right here, you could tell that Knee's intent was already to just throw a bunch of down back three. Right here. Whiff. That could have been a down forward too. But he already knew what he wanted to do. Now, most people might get scared, me included, about this combo kind of starting the comeback. But if you reset to neutral here, what just happened? There's no way. What? What time step were we at? Does anybody remember what happened? I'm distraught. I'm so upset that that happened. Does anybody know where we were? I'm so upset. I'm innocent. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. We're going to clip it. We're going to clip it. All right. This is how we do live editing, okay? I'm going to clip that shit. I'm going to open the clip. If you're on YouTube, hang tight. It's really not that big of a wait. I'm going to hit the clips and find out where we were. 13 wins. Okay, Mashmay. There we go. The GOAT? Yeah, we were here. Yeah. Okay, so you see this combo starting, and it looks ugly, right? It looks like, oh, Hwoarang is starting his comeback, but you don't need to be too concerned about... Who said that? PhiDX is choking on VODs now? You're choking on my dick right now. Get banned. I'm kidding. You can come back. Anyways, what's happening? Okay, so this combo, a lot of players will think, oh no, this is where the comeback starts. I'm throwing whatever. But if you look at the health situation after... Noctis is still heavily in the lead, and you see how much advantage he has in neutral, right? Hwoarang has to try to get around the giant range 3 mids and down back 3 and get, like, he has to win so many interactions to get that. And then once he does win an interaction, Flamingo Stance risks his death, as we've seen multiple times. So, this isn't that scary. We get a down back 4. Flamingo, Knee decides to just block. This Rage Art goes nowhere. And he's just doing nothing again. Now look at this. Now Hwoarang has to win again with no Rage. All it takes is 1 back 2 to kill, or maybe 2 down back 3s. And he chooses to do nothing. Down back 3 number 1, there we go. It's lethal. Next hit is lethal. Down back 1, 1+2. Really important to keep composure there. And because the advantage in the neutral is so big, you don't have to do anything right there just because the comeback is starting. Down back 4. That move is so troll. It's really not good. The hit situation is only -1. Oh my god! Back 2. He ducks, right? Back 2 again. He's like, okay, let me move to the left. Back 2 hits again. That's not gonna work, bruh. He tried it again. He tries it again. He tries it again. If it ain't broke, it's a safe mid, -9. As the attacker, you have to be committed to doing your mix-up as soon as that back 2 happens, right? So back 2 hits the block. You have to be like, I'm gonna mix him up right now, right? But a low parry is death. So if he decides to do a down 3-4 immediately, he could die. So it makes sense that he did a down back 4. He could have died anyways. I don't know why he picked the faster one. Anyways. It doesn't take a lot for it to die here. Again, 2 down back 3s or a single back 2. There's a down forward 4 or a full crouch down 4 and then a down forward 4. This down forward 4 is really smart. So even though Ni isn't a Noctis player, he sees that, right, if Hwoarang wants to adjust for wall position, he would move to the left, towards the screen here. This down forward 4 tracks that direction here. It beats a sidestep in that direction, and it beats a duck, and it beats a slow move. So, high IQ play from a non-Noctis main. Big fan of that. He doesn't have to go for the extension at all. He can hit confirm it. All right, the down back 3s are coming back out. You know, the last round, he hit like, what, 3 back 2s in a row? So, if you're playing an observing player, which a lot of the OG players are, you can expect them to probably adjust, right? And not eat the main source of damage they were eating. So we already see down back 3s coming highly into play. Miss input on the backflip, gets tail spun into a combo. Okay, so what did he try here? What did Ni try here? You didn't see it? Down back 3. He did not have the frames to do that. That's why the mid hits. They're rolling out. I have a hunch what he's going to look for next. Oh, Rage Drive. That's an interesting wall splat choice. Works really well. Look at all that damage. All right, 4/4 1+2 doesn't hit. Does the safe down jab. Look at this situation. So he's blocking low in advance, right? He's blocking low way in advance. What the fuck? I can't control YouTube. Right, he's blocking low way in advance. He's down here as soon as the 4/4 1+2 is blocked. Down 3/4, he reacts and hits a down jab. It's really hard to get a launch punish here. Then immediately dashes up. He dashes up after this interrupt, and he's like, now's my chance. Like, he's just going to block. Demo man. Now, Noctis can convert this into a full combo, but again, that's kind of like specialist knowledge, right? So like here, the demo man hits like this, hits the sidewall. You can convert with down 2-2 or down forward 4-2, depends on your preference. Either would kill. Here he finishes the demo man just because, you know, you're not a specialist. Why would you know? And either way, it's not really going to matter. Tries the back 2 again. Good jab, good jab. The down jab is kind of the standard character punish against down 3/4, unless you really, really know the situation. Oh, forward 2. So he backdashed really far away, right? So SuperHwoarang has to close the gap here. Forward 2 is kind of a high value choice unless SuperHwoarang is already walking. He tries a few of them. I think it's going to go ugly. Yep, there it is. SuperHwoarang does a great punish here. If you're playing against Noctis, look at this. This whiffs, he walks back to realign and get the punish more cleanly because you can get way off axis and it can be really ugly. And he still kind of lost the optimal combo because of that. Ni does something that a lot more Noctis players should do. He throws the single down forward 4 because if you throw the high, SuperHwoarang already flash ducks there to get a launch. So instead, you get a down forward 4 that has more mental frames because they're spending the time ducking. That's why Ni does the up forward 1. Down forward 4, he's ducking, so if he decides to attack now, he lost his frame advantage from the block. So the up forward 1 would counter hit. But he ducks again. SuperHwoarang ducks again, so no dice. Good low parry on the down back 3. We'll see if that deters Ni from doing more down back 3s. My hunch is no. It's really... There's so much to worry about eating the mids that the down back 3s are likely to keep hitting. Like, you would have to be really obvious with them to get them to stop working. Ni mashes here, probably expecting a stance change. If Hwoarang changes stances back to his left flamingo, you can see his right leg's up, so right flamingo, then you can launch him. But if he does that move, then you die. So, made a guess, was wrong. Happens. Up forward 1. You can see SuperHwoarang is ducking on these up forward 1 timings. I'm not sure if he's looking for the down back 3, but those could be really nasty if he's ready to whiff punish the up forward 1s. Down back 3 whiffs, but he's not ready to punish. Oh, yep. See, again, there was a low parry last round that led to Ni's death. We're still seeing down back 3s. Like, really convince me that you can low parry them. Look at that! There's one low parry, but look at all the damage that has happened. Look at the HP. Look at SuperHwoarang's HP. Down back 3. Down back 3. There's a jab also, right? The 2 down back 3s, 2 jabs. 3 down back 3s, already at near half health. 4 down back 3s, half health. Another down 3. 5. Now, all of that off of the same low that just got low parried. You do not need to be afraid because of how big Noctis' mids are. Anyways, the low parry finally comes in. But look at the damage that's already done. I expect to see more, low key. And at this point, it's like 2 back 2s to kill. Down back 3, 1 back 2 to kill. I'm a genius. That was crazy. You see that? You see how much that does? He hit like 7 down back 3s and then the 1 back 2 kills. Ridiculous. Oh shit. I like this gameplay. Round start. Oh no. Alright, take a look at this. This is something you'll see in like low-level rank matches. Somebody whiffs. There's a string extension threat, so the defender doesn't really do much, right? Ducks, I don't know why he's ducking, but maybe I can attack now, up forward 1. So the attacker just did whiff into counter hit because they're reading the idea that the whiff will cause hesitation into an attack. Double demo man. Back 2. Down back 3. Now 1 back 2 will kill. It doesn't take a lot of down back 3s. If you're a Noctis player, take notes. You don't need big down. Oh my god, what a parry. You don't need giant down back 2s. You don't need the big moves. The down back 3s add up. Let's look at how he found this parry, or what situation you can get this parry out of. Peacekeeper hits, right? So Peacekeeper leads to the weird wall splat. Hwoarang kind of delays his approach, knee tech rolls, and then just throws the parry. So if he does a forward 3, that's what that beats. I don't know if it parries the running 3 where he's jumping. Okay, knee gets counter hit twice. I think he was trying back 2. Back 2. He tried back 2 twice. That might have been a down 2 actually, but not that important. Back 2, down back 3. Same game plan. This is how CBM plays. So if you were asking why CBM makes Noctis work so well, his defense is good enough that being -9 isn't that big of a deal. That was a good whiff punish attempt. And he could just spam this safe mid and like really not that dangerous low that is hard to cover without a straight up low parry. Down back 3. And just murder people over it. SuperHwoarang playing a lot of jab, which still loses to down back 3. Small sidestep right to evade this jab. That's really important. Because Hwoarang loses his frame advantage if you take this sidestep right. Peacekeeper clips the sidewalk right. Oh my god! Look at look at Knee's defense here. Backdash, low parry, and then back 2. One more time. Alright, ready? Backdash, low, mini low parry, backdash, full low parry, backdash, back 2. He's reading like immediate low timings, and then reading that he's going to come in and either do something slow or come in and duck. The weakness of back 2 being walkable in either direction is only apparent if you are trying to aggress with back 2. But you saw there that he used it defensively as like a keep out move, and it's really hard to run up sidewalk predictably if you don't really know Noctis like intimately as an attacker. Skyrocket clips him. This is a good retrospective. Look at the damage that one Skyrocket did. That is like the 6 or the 5 down back 3s and 2 jabs that Knee got earlier. Hwoarang had to work really hard to get that. Well, not necessarily, but it was like one combo. And how many neutral situations did he have to just hold? Because Noctis's mids are so strong. The HP that you can get off of the really small stuff from Noctis is insane. There's a big adaptation. He throws the down back 1. And SuperHwoarang is already far to the right. Counter hits the string. Salvages the combo. That was cool. Oh, that don't work. Whiffs the throw. Yep, another down back 3, back 2. Down back 3, down back 3. We have like 3 down back 3s. 2 back 2s. Wow! It evaded! Do you see this? Sidestep right on the right flamingo 2. He goes under the mid! Knee laughs too. Oh my god. That is pretty silly. So, the VOD is a lot more the same. That's the first down forward one we've seen in forever. But the only difference you'll start to see is because of that big movement to the right, you'll see Knee start throwing some 2-2. He's loosening up a bit here. But aside from that, it's a lot of the same. You see these hard ducks? These are usually to cover a 1-2 approach right here because you get a full-on launch. It's a high coverage move. It only dies to Skyrocket, but for some reason SuperHwoarang isn't showing a lot of Skyrocket. The early ones hit a lot, but because of how slow the move is in neutral relative to Knee's, Noctis's down back 1/1+2 and the back down back 3 and stuff, he's leaned away from it. SuperHwoarang has. Well, there it is. So I would expect in that situation, Knee probably adding a little sidewalk left after the down back 1/1+2s, because that will evade an immediate timing skyrocket. Forward 2. Demo man at the wall. Break the wall. So as Noctis there, you should spear because you lose your tailspin. On this stage, luckily, it doesn't matter too much. Again, Knee is not... We're not watching Knee for the combo optimization. We're watching for his ability to pilot in this matchup and just dominate. There's a 2-2 again, right? So round start 2-2. That covers the round start flamingo step to the right. He's already adjusting on his... This DLC character that he probably barely plays. He already knows how to use the moves really well. Up forward 1 gets stepped to the right there. If you see this one more time. Sidestep right. That was really good. So, again, Noctis has to use 2-2 or down back 3 or just block to cover those sidestep right retaliations. Alright. Punish the power crush. Playing at the spacing where Hwoarang really can't hit him, but Noctis can still threaten a lot. Yeah, Peacekeeper's probably the only move, and then maybe like late skyrocket, but look at that. Forward 4 1/2. Do nothing. Up forward 1. Noctis is a disgusting character. Forward 2. And again, the main reason he can play like this is because Hwoarang doesn't have a lot to contest him with in neutral. Hwoarang's pokes aren't that scary. And Knee's defense is good enough to not really care about the flamingo offense. But again, you see sidestep right, skyrocket hitting its mark. So if Knee's going to retaliate, it has to be 2-2 or down back 3. Otherwise, he has to just do nothing to avoid dying to that. Or kill him before that becomes an issue. 4 1/2s hitting. Wow, -9 jab. That's so scary. But it clips him out of the slow skyrocket. Immediately goes Demo Man. Demo Man again. That's the resplat. One more hit. Demo Man, he could have done a down back 3. That was so dirty. But he did a launchable low. I can't believe that. Skyrocket. So now we know SuperHwoarang is adjusting with the sidestep rights, right? So we want to look at how Knee handles that. See a lot more forward 1/2. That move is really good. That will catch, like if you think about sidestep button. So like skyrocket's like what, 18 frames? Sidestep skyrocket probably like 21, 23, like depending on how deep the sidestep is, right? Forward 1/2 is 16 frames and homing. So if he's playing sidestep right skyrocket and is committing because you need to commit if you're gonna dodge the poke and hit it in time, forward 1/2 just nukes that. So it makes sense that Knee as Noctis is doing a lot more of that. Demo Man gets blocked. But you see, Knee isn't really tripping about the lows getting blown up. Because that just means more back 2s later. He doesn't have to do it right away, but wow, hop kick. He's been watching some PhiDX. He's wearing the same costume I was wearing. I do a lot of those stupid matches and die for it all the time. But when your character Noctis has so much control, sometimes that just works. Because they're worried about the pokes in neutral and not getting clipped by those. Sometimes they forget completely about the most random shit that you can hit. That whiff punish was disgusting. Demo Man again. He doesn't care. So many of them have been blocked. I think the last 2 or 3 have been blocked. Maybe 2 because, you know, he hit a bunch in the game before. But he just keeps going. The threat is too much. You just got to hit the button. Back 2, that almost killed. These skyrockets are just not hitting. And like, yes, it's safe. But remember that Noctis wins the neutral, right? So it doesn't really matter if the game resets to neutral. That's winning for Noctis. Oh, up forward 1. That could have been a down forward 2. That's something I have happen a lot too, is you're playing up forward 1 on an approach timing, right? But if the opponent doesn't want to whiff or doesn't want to get counter hit, they'll do the move really early, right? So like if they do the move really late, the up forward 1 hits. But if they do the move right here, they can avoid getting counter hit. So that's why the up forward 1 looks like a whiff punish sometimes, is because the opponent is like, I don't want to get counter hit. I'm just going to throw it now. Very common Noctis situation. It's weird because not many characters operate at that big of space, so you don't see that as often. Rage Drive, +8, Demo Man blocked again. Small nod, read the chat from me, but it's really not a big deal. This looks like the last game. There's like 30 seconds left. Oh, late whiff punish. I feel that. Good punish. Good punish. Good punish. I think Knee loses the last one, but this is the end of the VOD. But you could see that how dominant he was early, and he really started dying. He dies when the skyrockets hit and when the demo mans are blocked. And then a lot of his down jabs just kept dying there. That was not very smart. He plays a lot of down jab, but, you know. That was a really fast instant while running to get over it. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. I think this proves, if anything, that Noctis is so top 5. Knee didn't have to do a lot to get so many wins and get so much damage. It really didn't take a lot. So if you thought I missed something, I didn't see something that you thought I should have talked about, leave a comment. Like if this was really helpful. I'll try to do more analyses like these. Obviously, Noctis is really cool to me, and seeing Knee play him is like the touchstone example. I'll review some more CBM and some more other players later, especially European Noctis, Momodog. He's done probably the most optimization in the world for this character. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.